Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all having a lovely morning, night, afternoon, whatever time it may be, wherever you are. Today, we are going to be hopping back into some ranked. This time, we're going to be looking at some knights and some Jund dinos, and we might play some of these other decks that we'd played previously, just so we can continue to grind through rank. Because I think we are in Gold Tier 1 starting today. Yeah, Gold Tier 1. So let's go standard rank. Let's go for the Mardu Knights first. It is our standard deck. The other one is actually historic, but I feel a little bit bad about Jund dinos in historic because I don't have a lot of the key dinos. I got to looking at it, I don't have things like the Ripjaw Raptor or whatever it is that draws you cards whenever it gets damaged. I don't have Rampaging Ferocidons. There's a lot of really good ones that I'm missing, actually, so. That's certainly a bit rough. I'm gonna mulligan that just because the lands weren't really ideal there. So yeah, we're trying out Mardu Knights. We can make some adjustments to it, but I want to keep to the theme of trying to move quickly through rank, because again, we're down to the last few days of March. Today's the 26th, so we don't have a ton of days left, right, to try and get back up and ahead. Alright, so our turn, what will we do? Probably go ahead and play this and get a Fervent Champion down. And we'll go all in for the attack. Seems to be lagging a little bit this morning. Also, I'm not quite sure if y'all can hear me or not. It says the bit rate is a little off, so not sure there. Either way, we'll keep swinging in with the Fervent Champion. Then of course we have Black Lance Paragon that can come down on their turn. And a Murderous Rider, we're actually gonna. Oh shit! I clicked the wrong side. Oh, y'all gotta remember it's early for me. I was gonna say we're just gonna destroy the Cauldron Familiar and get in with damage. Shit. I guess not. I guess we're gonna be chilling like some villains. Oh man, that was so bad. Left side, Chance. Left side. That's how you use a Murderous Rider. It's alright. First match of the day. Not like it's important or anything. Oh, I didn't even have to select it that time. It just auto did it. Alright, so that's good. The Murderous Rider will gain us some life back. Thank goodness. We playing all goofy, I guess. Alright, Trail of Crumbs. There it is. So they're looking for the Oven to really get their combo going, and they're looking for a Mayhem Devil to really take out our creatures. And I'm looking for some white mana. So everybody's looking for something. Where'd they get that food from? Oh, when it enters the battlefield, right, it creates a food token. Okay. Okay. Another kitty cat coming down for our opponent. Oh, that's actually not bad. So we can shock this in, get an Inspiring Veteran. Yeah, I think we're going to do this. And I think we're actually going to go ahead and curry favor. But first things first. We want to swing in. So Fervent Champion can still kill both the cats, and Murderous Rider still going to gain us a good bit of life. And we will curry favor. So we're back up to 20, and our opponent's down to 10. Of course, they have kitty cats, so that will be, you know, fluctuating literally consistently. Consistently? Constantly, I think is the word I was going for there. Alrighty, Tito, what do you got for me? Vraska, Golgari Queen.
I lead the Golgari now.
Be killing Inspiring Veteran more than likely. Yep.
I won't forgive this.
That's alright. Stormfist Crusader. We could go her and Smitten Swordmaster. Do like the idea of drawing cards. Don't like the idea of opponents drawing cards, but you know, you gotta make sacrifices. So we'll send these two to Vraska to go ahead and get her out of the way. Gain a little bit more life. That good stuff. Oh, right. We don't gain the life because Fervent was first striking there. That's alright. Alright, their Cauldron Familiar is going to be coming back, and they can get down that Mayhem Devil. They choose not to, though. They're going to go for the Treacherous Blessing. Skyknight Vanguard and a Murderous Rider. Now, we're probably going to save that Murderous Rider for their Mayhem Devil, so probably just want to hold off on everything, because we still only have 4 mana. We do have 24 lands in the deck, we just haven't really drawn them. We can actually go ahead and swing all in here, I think, and be alright, right? See, they could kill our Smitten Swordmaster and our Black Lance, but we'll be dealing 5 in if they do. Yeah, I think I do want to go for the all-in swing. And we'll throw that extra bit of damage to the Murderous Rider, I think. Alright, next to blockers. They're going to go 1 there and 1 on the Murderous and leave the Smitten Swordmaster. Alright, I mean, I'm fine with that. Black Lance had to go down at some point. So they're down to 5. We still have the mana for Murderous, and they no longer have kitty cats on the board, so I'm feeling okay about it. If they go to play the Mayhem Devil, I think we do just immediately rip it, basically. Opponents also drawing lands perfectly fine, but they do have 12 crumbs, plus they played the Treacherous Blessing, so, you know, they have the card draw to sort of keep up with everything. Alright, so Boreal Grazer into what? I don't see why you would be playing Grazer at this point anyways. Alright, so we resolve. And Murderous Rider. So that's how that works. Alright, so they're down to 2 life. They have 1 defender. This game's, as they say, over. Alright, Tito. Picking up our first victory for the day. Actually, that was our first match as well, so it's a good way to start the morning off, if you ask me. And we're gonna hop right back into it. So hopefully we can make it the rest of the way through gold today, and then on into plat. You get to go first. We have Fervorance, we have Knights, we have Venerables. Well, all very, very interesting. I'm gonna pay 2. I think we go Fervent. I wish this Temple of Malice was another Blood Crypt, actually. because then we could get 4 damage down for the Knight of the Ebon Legion on turn 2 by playing Knight plus another Fervent, right? And that would be huge. Embercleave. Aspiring Veteran, no. I would love it, don't get me wrong, but I think land is more crucial at this point. Well, let's go ahead and get down the other Fervent then. It is the most damage here, so makes the most sense in my eyes. Body Erasure. Should be taking Embercleave or Murderous Rider. Probably Embercleave, though. That is the, like, quick finisher for us, right? Don't get me wrong, they are already down to 13 health, but Esper definitely has ways to gain life, so well, I'd be very conscious of board wipe. Now I am gonna go ahead and play Knight of the Ebon Legion, but I'm not gonna play Venerable. I don't believe. Well, they're only gonna be at 3 mana. Let's see. This takes them down to 9 health, right? And boost Knight to a 2/3. Then we can boost him to 5 damage. Next turn that's lethal. So we don't need to play Venerable. We have lethal on board, so if we can withhold a card, we probably should. The Fairy. Okay. Fairy's gonna bounce the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Bolt Malice. And an Embercleave. Oh, ripping an Embercleave off the top would be fantastic, but our opponent is at that level of being able to board wipe. So I almost just want to Murderous Rider that's Fairy and swing for the face. I'm gonna save the Murderous Rider. But I also don't know if I want to play creatures down. Embercleave comes down and we can play the Embercleave. Would make one of them 3/2, a double strike, 6. I'm just gonna get down the Venerable and end our turn. I really think I just want at least 2 creatures down on this turn. As long as they don't board wipe us, we'll be alright. But again, I don't want to overcommit to the board and get board wiped here. Okay. I'll send everything to Venerable. I think so. If they have something that kills, they're gonna play it, right? They don't. Fantastic. So picking up a game 2 as well up against Thony, and it looks like Mardu Knights are actually still perfectly viable in ranked. I was very curious to see if they would still have as hard of a hit, given how decks have shifted and all that. But yeah, it seems they're doing just fine for me at least. Crushing foes, smacking them down. Alrighty. Wardos. Sure, we'll keep it. The mana lineup is good. And if I could draw into another Fervent, that would be fantastic. Alright, so we're for sure going to pay 2 life for this Fervent, get it down, get it attacking. Which is Oven. Oh, you hate to see that so early. You really hate to see that so early. We have a Venerable and a Knight of the Ebon Legion. So let's go for both of them. It's either that or get down a Sky Knight Vanguard. Granted, the Sky Knight can just fly over the kitty cat. There's no point in attacking here. Yeah. Turn 2 Cat Oven already on the field it's rough. But in the same manner, if we can get one more one more attacker on the field, we can get Embercleave off. So that would be nice, right? Murder's Rider would also always be fantastic. Alright. So we go all in. We put the counter on. I think on the Venerable Knight. And go next to blockers. The reason I put it on the Venerable Knight instead of the Knight of the Ebon Legion is so that way they would be more tempted to block the Knight of the Ebon Legion with Priest, or even like that, and then I can Black Lance Paragon, whichever one doesn't get blocked. So, so here comes our Black Lance Paragon, going to be going onto the Fervent Champion. Now they may sack out the Priest and then let the Cauldron Familiar kill the Venerable Knight. If that's the case, we'll put the counter. Oh no, they still sacked the Cauldron Familiar. Okay. Oh, Priest is going to die. We're going to gain the 1 health and inflict the 1 damage. And Venerable Knight's going to live, so interesting. We do have enough creatures now to where as long as our creatures can live, we can get Embercleave off, which is really where our damage starts kicking in, because we can just go straight through the cat, right? It's just got trample on it, so all this ridiculous cat blocking sounded kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie, but all this ridiculous cat blocking is not going to be allowed. So claim the first one on Venerable Knight, and they just immediately sacrifice it. Not even gonna try to swing in with it, just immediately rip it. Who needs to swing in? Who needs that extra bit of threat when you can just sack? So I could actually shock in this Godless Shrine and still get down to Embercleave, which I'm really thinking about. Really, because they already have an extra food built up for that cat, so removing the cat isn't as big of a deal. But if I can pay this and I can go all in, I can throw it to the Black Lance Paragon, and then I can go next to blockers, and we're going to see what the kitty cat's going to block. Of course, it's going to be a Black Lance Paragon. And then we Embercleave. And the reason we waited to do this is so that way the cat wouldn't block either of our other 2 and negate their attacks. And this way we get the trample damage in. The cat doesn't matter, right? And then we also get this 6 damage in. So, Knight of the Ebon Legion going to be getting a counter on it this turn. Fantastic. Our opponent is down to 8 life. We have lethal on board. We still have 3 creatures in hand, and 3 solid creatures at that. So things are looking pretty good for us. There comes the Mayhem Devil. They're going to be sacrificing. What can they sacrifice? They can sacrifice the food and the cat. Right? So that's 2 damage, which gets rid of the Black Lance. But what about for their next turn? I guess they're playing it 1 turn at a time at this point, huh? Alright, so we can equip Embercleave for free to the Fervent Champion if we just wanna. Oh, well, never mind. There goes the Fervent Champion. Alright, forgot about the cat coming back. That's 1 extra bit of damage. But we can still Murderous Rider the Mayhem Devil, and then we're looking kind of nice, right? So I think we just sorcery speed that shit. Boop. And we do swing in. Why? Because they don't have an oven to bring the cat back. So if their cat dies here, they have to conjure up some way of getting it back, which I'm perfectly fine with, you know, taking that out of the cycle at least for now. Claim the firstborn on Knight of the Ebon Legion. They should swing in here and then sacrifice it. I don't know if they will. There they go. Using that noggin. Alright, so sack the knight, bring the cat back. What else after that? That claim the firstborn is such an annoying combo for us. Because, you know, all of our knights are very cheap. Very, very cheap. Fabled Passage is fantastic though, so. Do I get down the Stormfist and the Sky Knight Vanguard? I don't think so. See, I think I get down Murderous and that takes those. We have the 2 red sources. We have the 2 white sources. So we're pretty much good all around. I don't know what our highest, I think it might actually be black. Our highest color curve thing is. You know what I mean. Y'all know what I'm saying. But I do think we should get down the Murderous Rider, as it does have the lifelink to where Stormfist causes us damage, and we really don't want to be playing with that when we're so low on health. So, oh, okay. Well, I think that's gonna kaput us because they now have the Cauldron Familiar they can sacrifice, or the Murderous Rider, I guess. So at least they're not getting that extra bit of damage. But we are down to 2 life, and I don't see a way for us to come back given it's Cat Oven. We have 0 way of gaining life. Yeah, nothing with haste. Alright, we're gonna call it a good game. Cat Oven got us. It is what it is. Claim the Firstborn is a fantastic card up against us, honestly. Alright, let's hop back into it. Can't let one match discourage us. Although we should maybe throw in some Embereth's Shield Breakers, right? If we start seeing more Cat Oven decks, that's certainly something we should do. Of course, we have already seen 2 today, so might be what we need to do. These aren't exactly the knight cards you want. These are not the knights you are looking for. But it's a good curve of mana. Alright, we'll make it work. Another Murderous Rider. I think I'm actually going to immediately proc this and get some more black mana for these Murderous Riders. That way I can for sure get them down, get them off, get things destroyed and out of the way, out of our hair, all that good stuff, right? Opponent plays a Runaway Steamkin, and they are in mono red. Okay, well, I'm going to shock down this Sacred Foundry and play a Stormfist Crusader. Yes, it kind of helps with what mono red is trying to do. I think we do block this because I think no matter what, the Steamkin kills our Stormfist, right? They either shock us or they shock the Stormfist. So I think at this point it's better for this, right? Yeah. Shock to us or shock to the Stormfist. Either which way though, this is what we want to do. And then they Rimrock also. So yeah, that would have been a lot of damage to the face, and we still would have lost Stormfist. So happy with what our decision was there. And I don't mind shocking this in and sorcery speed and that. This way next turn we can get down the Murderous Rider, have a life linker, and then hopefully follow that up with an Inspiring Veteran / maybe Curry Favor. We'll have to see. Rimrock Knight does have 3 damage to just get through our creatures, so maybe we instead go Fervent Champion, Instant Speed, Blacklands Paragon. Doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. The Fervent Champion obviously blocks the Rimrock very easily, and if Black Lance is what we need to fall back to, well, that'll be perfectly fine. So they get down Shadow Spear. They equip Shadow Spear. Fantastic. That means they have 0 other mana to get our Fervent Champion out of the way, which means we can Black Lance Paragon here on our Fervent, give it Death Touch plus Lifelink for the first strike, and get rid of that Rimrock immediately. Well, you play smart. Smart. Alright, so Inspiring Veteran or Murderous Rider? That's our question here. I think we go Murderous Rider first. This is enough damage to leave a little mark, you know? We're not even in the tides quite yet, but if we can get a Murderous Rider down and then an Inspiring Veteran, well, never mind. Terror is just gonna be terrified, I guess. Alright, so we'll earn that little tick back quicker than what I really thought we would. Hopefully we can win the next 4 games and get out of this gold tragedy. ST_ST. I do like the double Stormfist Crusaders, I'm not gonna lie. Talk about the card draw, right? We'd also be hemorrhaging health, but sometimes you gotta be wacky with it. Sometimes you gotta try. That's exactly what we're gonna be doing here today. So, Fervent Champion to kick us off, and we'll be smashing our opponent in the face. And our opponent's actually playing Gruul. I'm interested to see this. Zertal Goblin gonna be coming down with a +1/+1 counter on it. And then let's do it. Stormfist for the win. Now I'd love to see some Murderous Riders, given that this is a Gruul deck. They're going to be playing some creatures that are a little bit bigger than what I really want to be dealing with. There's an Annex, so it's Gruul, Annex, Embercleave, more than likely. We are going to be drawing them additional cards every single turn as well. Do I go for the double Stormfist Crusader? We are the ones that are behind, and I'm about to be even further behind when I shock in this Godless Shrine. I'm most certainly shocking it in. Of course, we do have the Smitten Swordmasters, 2 of them, to get us to where we want to be. So yeah, sure, we'll be fine. Let's play all of our knights, and then we'll Smitten Swordmaster to victory come next turn. Now I can swing in this turn and boost up the Stormfist if I wanted to. I don't want to though. We do have enough creatures down as well to make Embercleave only cost 2 mana, so that's probably what we're going to do next turn, is play Smitten Swordmaster and then Embercleave, one of our lucky creatures. Now our opponent also can use Embercleave in the opposite manner, right? They have 2 creatures, 4 mana, so they can swing in and use Embercleave on one of theirs. Which I'm not going to lie would be very, very terrifying. They're thinking about it here. Either that or they have Domri's Ambush, something along those lines, right? And they're wondering on how they want to do removal. There's one. Now we can still throw down the Embercleave, but we wouldn't be able to get down the Smitten Swordmaster. There's Robber of the Rich coming into the field. They have a 4/4. Swing in, and do they swing in with the 2/2? That's really the question. They do. We can swap out the Venerable Knight, but we won't be able to get down the Embercleave if we do. Of course, they swing in with Annex as well, so they're going all in, but they can't throw down the Embercleave. How do we want to block this? And they get a Black Lance Paragon, which of course is terrible. 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 Still taking 8 damage that way, and our Smitten Swordmaster isn't doing that much. Or we can double block into this, but they're going to gain 2 defenders out of it. Well, no matter what, they're going to gain some defenders. Yeah, let's do it. Annex is very scary and something that can march through almost anything with Embercleave. I don't know. I do want a Smitten Swordmaster, but I don't think just 2 Smitten Swordmasters is enough. So let's go Inspiring Veteran. And we will use one of these here. And no attacks. We need some land. I don't know why I'm not drawing the land. We have 24, I think, in the deck. Yet here we are chilling at a fat 3. Well, here's the hoping. I think our opponent has Embercleave, though. I think. That's gonna be 5 damage coming to our face. Colossus. Oh, that'll do it as well. Right? 3 damage, 4 damage, 5 damage, 8. Oh, off by 1? Are they really? We're not going to be able to come back through this. Oh, yeah. Off by 1. Alright. We'll say good game. We'll go out. Oh, it won't even let you shock yourself with the lands anymore. Magic, that's crazy. How are you going to take that out of the game? No, you can no longer shock yourself. Alright, so we're losing that tick. We're just fighting over the same tick today. That's okay. Hop right back into it with our knights. And we'll keep on keeping on. Abaddon. Gonna be our next foe. Oh. Opponent gets to go first, and we don't have too much happening. We do have a way to get to the Murderous Rider, though, which is kind of nice. Sure. We'll do this. We'll go Fabled Passage turn 1 and grab some white mana so we have a little bit of everything. But if we just keep going back and forth, we may end up swapping out decks to find something a bit more consistent. Or may just go to the Jund Dinos in Historic, right? Because we're trying to try new decks out in Standard, and so I don't want to just stay stagnant. But at the same time, I want to be climbing, and climbing is the main focus of what we're trying to do. So should definitely not lose sight of that. I think I'm going to go for the Flash Speed Black Lance Paragon. I was thinking about playing Tournament Grounds, but the thing with Tournament Grounds is it actually won't allow you to cast Swift End off the Murderous Rider, so you do need the mana. So, Black Lance Paragon, come on down. They may Brazen Borrower here. They may wait until our turn, so that way they can get 2 creatures instead of just 1. If I was them, that's what I would do. We're going to go ahead and swing in with Black Lance Paragon, though. And then I think we just keep up mana for Murderous Rider. Let's see if they have that bounce first, though. There it is. There it is. There it is. Oh, wait a minute. Are they about to cancel out their own Brazen Borrower? I think so. Because now the first one doesn't get to proc, which means it goes to the graveyard, I think. Yep. Yikes, that's going to hurt, right? And we'll just end our turn. We can always play this back come their turn as well. We have Murderous Rider. Yeah, it's Temur Adventures. Boy, I bet they wish they had known that. Alright, so we'll resolve all of this. Keep our Murderous Rider for obvious things. Such as Beanstalk Giants, right? Those are pretty obvious. As far as being things we want to murder. Alright, so Black Lance Paragon, if you don't mind, come on back down. And it looks like they might have a Bone Crusher Giant as well. In which case, again, we should not just swing in blindly. We should, or shouldn't play things blindly. We should instead just go ahead and swing in with the Black Lance and see what their response is, right? We might not actually play anything this turn either. Might actually just skip, play the Black Lance on their turn as well. Stay safe about it, right? Alright, let's see that giant. Let's see that bone crusher. There it is. So they've learned from their mistake. They're going to bone crusher once in the Black Lance. There you go. Alright, so they'll actually get to keep the bone crusher giant over there. And that's what I was afraid of. So we're actually not going to play the Black Lance. We're just going to let this turn pass and have not played anything. But that is the correct play, I think. I think. So we'll resolve on the Bone Crusher. We're not too worried about a Bone Crusher giant. Really not. Black Lance Paragon can trade out for that. No problemo. What we want to watch out for are those giants. Those big old massive giants. So we'll get down the Fable Passage, and we're actually going to grab some more black mana. Correction. We don't have any more black mana to grab. Also, bless me. But what we can do is we can tap this Tournament Grounds. Question is, would I rather have a Smitten Swordmaster in or a Stormfist Crusader? I think I'd rather have the Stormfist Crusader. Alright, so we'll add black mana here, red mana here, get down Stormfist. Now that does tell them, what? We have a Murderous Rider. Any player that knows a Knight's deck should be able to look at that and tell, right? That's okay. That is A to the okay. Fae Wishes. Terrible thing for us to see from our opponent. Because they do get to double cast it, basically. They get a Great Hinge, which is going to be fantastic for them to just gain life back with. Especially since it should only cost 5. They have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. And a Chandra. Oh, scary things are afoot. And then they play the Fae of Wishes down. So yeah, Temur Adventure's still rocking house. Alright, so we're just gonna trade our Black Lance Paragon there for the giant. For the giantest of giants. And I think we're going for the Acclaimed Contender. We can just throw that down in whatever mana color we want. This and that. This way we'll get a little bit of extra card draw here. A little bit of extra insight. Maybe a reveal. So we do have to reveal whatever we grab out here. View Battlefield. What are we looking at? A Fae of Wishes that can constantly attack us in the face. I think we go for the Murderous Rider, honestly. Seems pretty obvious. And there's no point in swinging in. So, let's see what Abaddon can do with their turn now. Of course, they can always get down to Chandra and wipe. But we can always Murderous Rider their Chandra. So, they're probably going to be a little bit cautious. Yeah, Great Hinge makes sense. And then they follow it with an Edgewall Innkeeper, which we're actually going to need to get rid of. I hate to say it, but we really do actually have to Murderous Rider that. Like, immediately. That's just going to send their card draw over the top. They already have the Great Hinge, so... We could play Temur Adventures ourselves, actually. I think I have a Temur Adventures deck already built up as well, so... We'll have to see, though. 1 for 4 and a 0-3 swing in. I don't quite understand that. Maybe they accidentally hit swing in. I don't know. Very, very confused by what just happened. That's okay. So we can get down to Murderous Rider, and okay. We can get down to Murderous Rider and still have mana for a Murderous Rider. We could also shock this in and get Curry favor off, and I think that's perfectly fine. Then we go next to combat, all in. That'll be 5 damage. Our opponent's down to 9. And again, they can Chandra wipe us here, so we'll need to be careful. Oh, they are. They're going to Chandra wipe us. Let's go full control. Y'all know I never like missing my burn chance.
All right, let's do this thing.
Now, this does leave open their Beanstalk Giants to just fully wreck us.
Everyone knows the bigger explosions are more fun.
That's alright. How many Murderous Riders do we have on the bottom? Just the one. Okay. So we should still have 2 more in the deck somewhere. Be super lucky if we could draw those out, right? Oh, Beanstalk Giant coming down. Beanstalk numero uno. Comes down as a 12-12. Embercleave's decent. So we're definitely going to want to get you down. You down. We can pay for you, and we could shock to also get it down, I guess. Sure. Alright, so we've refilled our board state. Our opponent is probably going to be playing another Beanstalk Giant here, though. Lucky Clover. Oh boy, 2 Lucky Clovers is twice as bad for us. Bone Crusher Giant. 1 to the face, 1 to each of the Smitten Swordmasters. I think that's going to be a GG for us. No coming back against that. Temur Adventures, a little bit too strong. So yeah, maybe Mardu Knights isn't the best. Maybe we just kept getting some off-key, off-meta decks. Either which way, that's alright. We are going to swap back to something else to gain a few ticks for sure, so I don't drop out of gold tier 1, because Lord, that's an annoyance. So let's see. We can play the Historic Merfolk. It's pretty good to win. We also have the Historic Gruul deck. We can play a Historic Gruul deck. I did enjoy playing that a whole lot. So play. Let's see if we can't gain back a tick or 2, so that way we can have a tick or 2 to lose when we go to play with these Jund Dinos in ranked, right? And so it's a little slow. I guess we'll keep it, but it is certainly slow for historic. I mean, yeah, another land allows us to get a questing. It's not another red source, which is a little unfortunate because it means that our Embercleave is going to be that much harder to get to. But it is what it is. So we'll pass to our opponent's turn. And they get down 2 Odonto Vanguards. It's actually kind of crazy. So we'll pass to attackers. We'll go ahead and do this too. They should sacrifice the 4 life. They do. And then their Odonto will still get in with the 3 points of damage. Here we get down Bone Crusher. We can't defend, so we are about to take 6. So we'll be down to 11. As unfortunate as that is, we need to keep up our Bone Crusher so that way we can Domri's Ambush. Cast down, that's super unfortunate, but we are going to be getting a Questing Beast down on our turn as well, which can also deal with the Odonto Vanguard, so It's not the end of the world, I suppose. Not yet, at least. And a Bone Crusher. We're actually going to get down this Fabled Passage, so I can go ahead and get the red banner for the Ember Cleave, and then we should be good. Should be all good in the neighborhood. Alright, so there's a mountain. Get down Questing Beast. And we will go ahead and swing in with that. Alright, so we've got our opponent down to 10 life. They have 5 mana, 2 cards. A Mortify. You're fucking kidding me. You're joking me. Alright. All seriousness now. Let's go. Let's go 2 damage to the Pride Mate. Because that's something you can't protect. And then let's get down to the Bone Crusher. The Bone Crusher. And then we'll just, I guess, have to hope they don't have more just single targeted removal. Legion's Landing coming down for our opponent. And that's going to be it. Fantastic. Fantastical. Alright, so if I... Oh, if I Domri's Ambush. Here and here. Oh no! We're gonna do 2 damage to ourselves. I didn't think about that. May have been a terrible idea then. Well then let's do this. We have to take out their life linker. They absolutely can't gain life. That's for sure, for sure. But our Bone Crusher can now defend against the Adanto Vanguard, so that's good. We couldn't get down Ember Cleave on that turn, just so we're all clear. They go for another Adanto Vanguard. I think we got it with the Ember Cleave here. Just because sheer damage through trample, right? Sheer damage through trample. Yeah. Alright, so all in. Next to blockers. Block. 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 Ember Cleave. Now's the scary part, where if they have target removal at instant speed for that last single card in hand, they win. Nope. Fantastic. So Sid Malkin going to be getting taken down by Gruul Ember Cleave, and we'll gain that tick back so I can rest easy. I can breathe a little bit lighter, knowing that we're not going to be going back down into Gold Tier 2. At least not right now. So, we're going to hop back into some more matches. Bum 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 bum. A little bit of lag there. Chryson. We go first. What a hand, what a hand. I'm thinking about taking out these Temple of Abandons, or maybe the Fable Passages, like taking out one of these 2 slow players. We'll go for the Temple of Abandon here. Yeah, I'll keep that land actually. I think we're gonna go straight into a Gali unless they play something here, and then I might Bone Crusher Giant it. Fanatical Firebrand. I don't know if that's worth Bone Crushering. If I play a Gallia, they probably shock it, right? If I hold off and use my Bone Crusher for their turn, could have better results. We'll see. Alright, so we allow this Firebrand to get back in the damage. They play a Lava Runner. They play 2 Lava Runners. Alright, so I will Bone Crusher a Lava Runner. Those are a little bit more annoying to deal with, if you ask me personally at least. Way down in the forest. Now we can go for the Bone Crusher if we want to, or we can go for a 4/4 Gruul Spellbreaker, which might make it a little bit harder for them to kill. Granted, they do have lightning strikes and all of that at their will. I think a 4/4 Gruul Spellbreaker is the best thing we can muster up. And again, they can have a lightning strike and then go Fanatical Firebrand into a lightning strike to take out the Gruul Spellbreaker. They could have a shock plus lightning strike, something along those lines. 2 Fanatical Firebrands. I guess they could have that plus a shock, right? But even still, we're costing them a whole lot of cards for 1 card. Oh, Wizard Lightning. Right. That's always an option as well. You forget about some of these. Getting a little bit older. Time's slipping away. Alright, so we have plenty of red to get down the Embercleave, and plenty of green to get down our creatures. I think I am going to grab another mountain just to be safe with the Embercleave, and then I think for this turn we're actually going to go for the... We're going to go for another Gruul Spellbreaker, actually. Plus Llanowar Elf. Now, they may use their Fanatical Firebrand to just immediately remove the Llanowar Elf, but that's something that we're always going to have to keep in anticipation for. Goblin Chain Whirler, that'll do it as well. And then they won't swing in because they're not that cocky. Alright, so we have 2 damage from a Bone Crusher that can finish, I guess, a Gintu Lava Runner. That Goblin Chain Whirler, though, is a bit of a pain in the ass. Just the fact that it has first strike. We're going to need to keep our Gruul Spellbreaker back on the defense. Alright. So then let's actually just stomp out this Fanatical Firebrand, because that 2 damage can't go to us in any which way here. And if we don't, then they can actually swing in with the Goblin Chain Whirler and kill our Gruul Spellbreaker, and we don't want that. So let's get rid of the Firebrand. Unfortunately, it is their... Yeah, that's right. I have Hexproof. No shocky for you. Not to my stuff, at least. Come on, Chrysson. Just let the damage go through. You can't shock any of my stuff. I've outsmarted you. Ha ha ha. And then we'll go Gallia. Will we swing in? No. Nope. Of course not. Of course not. Now, on our next turn... Goodness gracious. On our next turn, we may very well. Well, I was going to say if we can hit the Embercleave, but seeing as how now we can't hit the Embercleave, it's probably not. Temple of Abandon means that next turn we can, though, and another Bone Crusher Giant means we can kill one of those Gintu Lava Runners, so sure, sign me up for the Bone Crusher Giant crew, because that seems to be all we're getting today. Alright, we still have to keep the Gruul Spellbreaker back, excuse my language, so that way we can defend against the Goblin Chain Whirler, because of course that is another threat. So they go Mountain here, and still no swing-ins, or do they just go all 3? No? Okay, still no swing-ins. So we can actually go for the Embercleave here if we wanted to, but it would require us to swing in with, well, at least just 1 creature, actually. Then 5/4 at that would still kill him. Alright, so let's go next to combat. We'll swing with the Bone Crusher Giant. If they block with Goblin Chain Whirler, fantastic. If they don't, we're dealing 10 damage. We're chunking half of their health. Right? They're not so sure about it. Blocking with more creatures actually doesn't help with Embercleave if they don't also have First Strike. So unfortunately, Chrysson will figure that out the hard way here. No? No, maybe they understand. We'll see. No blocks at all. Alright, well, we will go ahead and get Embercleave down because it is much cheaper to pay the 3 mana to move it around than the 5 or 6 mana to get it down. And then we'll chunk them down to 10 health, so, you know, solid swing in. Being able to half your opponent's life total in 1 attack is always a nice feeling. Really nice. They're swinging in with the 2/2/2s, which means you gotta believe that they have a shock. Right? No, because if they had a shock, they would swing in with the Goblin Chain Whirler as well. This is to proc the light up the stage, I believe. That's why they swung in with 2. Now, if they draw into a shock here, will be a, yeah, lightning or Wizard's Lightning. That'll work as well. They can, of course, destroy our Gruul Spellbreaker. Or they may save it to off the Bone Crusher Giant at instant speed with the Goblin Chain Whirler having the first strike, right? probably would be the wiser move. But they still lose the Goblin Chain Whirler, so... Nope, they're just going to Wizard Lightning it. Alright. Cool beans. So if I pay 2 here, I can also still get this down and not have to shock myself, which sounds fantastic. Alright, so... we go for the swing in. They have to block here. Do they have a shock or any of that kind of stuff? Doesn't look like it. And the reason we don't Bone Crusher Giant to ensure that we get extra damage in there is because it wouldn't finish the job. So, Bone Crusher their Gitu. Get down another Bone Crusher of our own. And enter that tapped. Should be a GG here as well. I don't think Chryson and his mono red can keep up. Experimental Frenzy. Nope. Alright, so that's going to be a GG. Sweet. Gruul, Embercleave, and Historic. Probably one of the fastest and most efficient ways of climbing ranked. For sure. For sure, sure. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are at that 1 hour mark, and everyone knows what that means. I like to take my break. I like to stand up, do my little dance, groove, get down tonight, all that good stuff. So everybody stand up, stretch, do whatever you need to do. Wow, it's actually been a really slow stream today. That's okay. You know, I appreciate 2 viewers as much as I appreciate 20. Either way, stand up, stretch. I'm going to play an ad, and then we'll be right back in just a minute. Alrighty. We are back. Let's get back to it. Lomps or Lompsy? I don't know. Either which way. I mean, mine is not getting to go first. It seems fun. Obviously, I love going first with my aggro decks. I love getting in there, getting the damage done, and ooh, Pelt Collector. Yes, please and thank you. And then I'll shock in a Stomping Ground come next turn. So our opponent's playing Leyline. I'm assuming it's gonna be an Elf deck. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say Nyx Bloom Ancient deck, but Elf deck works all the same. So we'll go ahead and get down Gallia. Good Gallia. We'll swing in with these two creatures. Now next turn we can go ahead and play just Gruul Spellbreaker with haste. That might be enough. Elvish Clancaller are gonna make it to where they can kill our Gallia. Would we rather Gruul Spellbreaker or just Bone Crusher Giant? I think I'd rather just Bone Crusher Giant here. Get that thing taken care of. And go to no attacks. Actually, maybe playing Gruul Spellbreaker was the best play there. We'll have to see as to what they do here. Growth Chamber Guardian. Well, that would have procced the Gruul Spellbreaker, or yeah, that would have procced their Pelt Collector, I mean, so that's alright. Now we can go Collision Colossus to kill one of those Growth Chamber Guardians, but not both of them. Let's get down to Bone Crusher Giant. And go no attacks. I think on our next turn we're gonna throw down the Gruul Spellbreaker and have Collision Colossus mana up. Hopefully to deal with their stuff. Pelt Collector. Once again, rather annoying. And they're gonna adapt the Growth Chamber Guardian. So, Elf Ball, rather scary. We can Bone Crusher Giant, kill the Pelt Collector, and then Collision Colossus, one of our creatures. That sounds like a fine plan to me. So we'll Bone Crusher Giant here. I think swinging all in is fine here. Take action. Ugh. Minus that when we get rid of our instant speed spell. It's our little ace in the hole. Alright, so we traded out Gallia, Bone Crusher Giant, got the damage in. We will replay a Pelt Collector and a Gallia. And then of course we can play Gruul Spellbreaker and a Bone Crusher Giant come next turn. Hopefully we can get an Embercleave somewhere in here at some point. Domri's Ambush. That is a fantastic card, and I think we will go ahead and use it actually. From Bone Crusher to Growth Chamber. Yes, it hurts, but that's okay. And we either go Gruul Spellbreaker or Bone Crusher. I'm going to go Bone Crusher so we leave our card in hand, a mystery. And we can swing in here if we want to, but we don't have anything at instant speed to really offset it. But I think we are going to utilize our numbers here. So take action, we'll get rid of that Gruul Spellbreaker, and we draw out 2 Domri's Ambushes in its place. That sounds like a-okay to me. So taking our opponent down to 4 health, and we still have 3 creatures left and 2 sources of removal for whatever they may play come this turn. Now, obviously Morrowind is going to be a whole lot of extra mana for them, which they may use to Leyline. We'll have to be careful about that. Do they use Elvish Clancaller though? That's the question. Because if they tap Marwyn and tap Elvish Clancaller to make their Gruul, to make their Growth Chamber Guardians bigger and use all their mana like that, then we can of course always Domri's Ambush and kill their Growth Chamber Guardians. Well, they're gonna adapt there, and they still have 3/4 mana, right, from right here. Which isn't quite enough for this. It is enough for one of those. They still have 2 more mana, which they don't do anything with. Alright, well, Burning Tree Emissary is pretty free to play here, as it does give us our mana immediately back. And then I think we can just... They don't have any more mana. Alright, well, let's do 1 from here to there, so we can kill that Growth Chamber Guardian. Yes, we're going to take more damage, but that's okay. So we take that one out. Use Pelt Collector, increase him, and kill the Marwyn. Now Pelt Collector has Trample. We can swing in with these two. Should be solid damage. Or they're going to have to trade out some not so favorable trades. Alright, so we do pick up the victory up against Elf Ball. And we're halfway through Gold Tier 1. Gotta say, I am super excited to be well on our way to Plat. Saborova? Not quite sure. Either which way, though. Oh, this does not look quick enough. This looks very scary. But we do have the turn 1 Land of War, so hopefully we can draw into some more plays. If not, I guess we could always boost this little guy into doing our bidding. Land of War Elf from our opponent as well. I think we are just going to Domri's Ambush our own Land of War to take out their Land of War here. And get in for the 2 damage. Seeing as how we're just drawing out lands and we really don't need that. Merfolk's Branchwalker. I was about to say Merfolk Scout, but that's what the card is, Chance. That's not what it does. Goof. You goof. Alright, so we'll get this down. We can get Gallia down and then we can swing in with Gallia and still have mana for Collision. Oh, Colossus. Sorry, not Collision, Colossus. Wrong bit of that. Alright, we'll take our opponent down to 14. And we just gotta hope for some more creatures, really. Ripping this many lands off the top probably wasn't a good idea for us. It is okay though. They're gonna explore to their heart's content, and all we got was some land. Questing Beast, that's solid though. Alright, so no attacks this turn. We'll probably play the Questing Beast, swing all in. Although they will have 2 Jade Lot Rangers down. Super unfortunate for us. Is this a Thassa Explore deck? I could definitely see that. Alright, so we go Questing Beast. And we do swing all in here so we can get that Gallia proc. Take action. 2 cards. Domri's Ambush and a Bone Crusher Giant. Sounds fine to me. So we'll trade out and still get in 2 damage. That's alright. We're trying to keep their numbers low. Keep control of the board. Keep damage flowing to the face. Vivian.
Every fight makes me
Vivian's going to be up to what, 6? So we can Domri's Ambush, Land of War to Vivian, and then swing in for the rest of the damage on the Vivian and get rid of her immediately.
I'm a survivor.
So next damage, swing here. Alright, so that's dealt with, and then we save our Bone Crusher Giant for their turn. In case they play something we want to kill, or just send it to their face. Land of War Elf, we resolve. And another Vivian Reed.
Let's see if you're worthy. The wilds
Let's
are my
see.
shield.
Think we go here so they don't have a defender. Another mountain isn't great for us. Castle Embrith can give our Land of War 4 damage, but I think it's better to just get the Bone Crusher Giant down, get the land, get the Vivian.
You'll have to do better than that.
You don't want her searching through the deck like that for creatures. We're almost sure they have Wild Growth Walkers and Thasses and all that. The fact that they haven't drawn any yet is just a blessing, really. Elvish Rejuvenator, gonna be getting some more lands, man. They're looking for a Krasis? That's crazy. Alright, so they hit a land there, so the Branch Walker doesn't get any boost, which is fantastic for us. We can actually go ahead and Domri's Ambush from here. No, cancel. Actually, we'd rather do it from here to here. Get rid of the Vivian. Sure, we take damage, but again, putting our Bone Crusher up is always better. We'll go for the tradesy because that's all the creatures they have. So if they want to trade 2 for 1 on my Llanowar, that's fun. Nope, just 1 for 1, and then we can Embereth and get in a little bit extra damage here with the Llanowar. All right, so our opponent's down to 8. If we can hit an Embercleave, it'll be over. But if they hit a Hydroid Krasis, are they back in the game? Oh hell yeah, most certainly. But if they hit a Hydroid Krasis, they more than likely would have played the land immediately and counted it out, right? Vivian Arcbow Ranger. Oh.
Civilization has
Oh no.
too far.
So
Tear it down.
That's not great. They are going to have to +1 here on the Branch Walker, and then next turn -3, right? Yeah, you don't want to swing in. Gruul Spellbreaker. So if we send this down with haste, they have to block. They have to block, period. They have to block the Bone Crusher Giant. So this is what we're doing. We're not worried about the Vivian. Now it's about in-game. Yep, they can Blast Zone our Gruul Spellbreaker, but that still leaves our Llanowar to finish them off. So, you know. Oh, they just minus the Vivian outright. Alright, let's see what they get. Something that can attack, maybe? Maybe a Hydra. Alright, something that fights when it enters the battlefield. Wicked Wolf. Well, I guess anything really would be fine because they can Blast Zone the Gruul Spellbreaker and also get down something to defend in front of the Llanowar. Shouldn't be too difficult of a decision though. If we could just draw one of our Embercleaves, that would be muy bueno. Muy bueno. Oh, they got the Hydroid Krasis. Uh-oh, that's what we were worried about. Alright, so they're about to gain a whole bunch of life. It seems it was all for naught. Saborova managed to get there, which means actually if we had just not focused on Vivian for just a little bit and just swung in one more time, we might could have got there. If I had one more mana for Castle Embereth. If only the Woodpeckers something. Either which way, we could swing in this turn and get 4 damage into our opponent. Might be what we need to do. So they're going to block with the Hydroid Krasis up against Spellbreaker. We're going to use Castle Embereth. No, they're going to block the Llanowar Elf. Interesting. They're down to 2, which is a single Bone Crusher Giant away from death, or, well, hell, even Embercleave wouldn't be able to get through their Hydroid Krasis at this point, so really looking for a Bone Crusher Giant, I guess. Karn, the Great Creator, going to be choosing an artifact outside of the game for our opponent. Shadow Spear. Oh, man, that's going to be a big GG. Alright, so they use the Hydroid Krasis to kill our, what's it called, to get the Shadow Spear down and equip it. Alright, GG, you've got the best of me, Saborova. You've done it, you've bested us. Fortunately, that means we're going back down to just 2 ticks for Gold Tier 1. So it's a back and forth kind of day. I was really planning on getting to Plat and then trying out the Jund Dinosaurs, so that way we couldn't fall back to Gold, you know, have that little bit of booster. A little bit of free room, free range. This is a costly start, but boy, are these some big creatures I would love to get in. Pelt Collector. I will take a Pelt Collector because we can go Pelt Collector turn 2, Gruul Spellbreaker turn 3, Questing Beast turn 4. Soul Warden. Not excited about it. So go ahead and get down the Pelt Collector and play our land, and then we'll go into the Gruul Spellbreaker, probably with haste, so we can start getting in damage. Oh. Mono white life gain. You terrible, terrible deck. It's actually not a terrible deck. It's a fairly solid deck, but it's terrible in the fact that I just absolutely can't stand it. All right, so we can get another Pelt Collector in and try to really hit hard, or just go for the Gruul Spellbreaker. I like the idea of a Pelt Collector. Sure, it's a little bit slower. Yes, they gain 2 more life and all this annoying stuff. We really need to get rid of the Soul Wardens. These Soul Sister decks, I swear, they're soul sucking is what they are. And a Daxos to follow it. Ugh, this is brutal. Maybe we should just give in and play the mono white life gain decks. Maybe. But not today. Not today. So let's find some red mana. We'll get down the Questing Beast. Now we can swing in with the Questing Beast, and there's not much they can do. We also have Embercleave for future swing-ins. Let's see. On our next turn, we could either play Gruul Spellbreaker, haste, right, and have 4 solid attackers, or we just swing in with everything and throw the Embercleave on something. Daxos going up to a 3/6 certainly isn't fantastic for us, and then Banalish Marshal making him go up to a 4/10. What a body! What an absolute body to have on your side of the board. It's huge. It's insane. Do we go for the swing in Embercleave? I think so. I think so. And we will leave 1 Pelt Collector behind because we kind of need to. So, Pelt Collector going to get chomped off to the Daxos, and then Questing Beast going to be getting in for the fat 10 damage. At least they'll be back down to basically starting health. Fucking mono white. What a troll. What a troll. That's alright. Questing Beast getting in solid damage. And now we have a Death Touch First Striker, right? That's something you always long for in Magic. Angel of Vitality. No! That's terrible for us. 2 life off of every creature that enters the battlefield, whether it's ours or theirs, and then a Sarah Ascendant as well. Oh. Mono white. You're too strong. You're too strong too quickly. It's almost unfair. Not exactly. Not like having a 7/7 life linker on turn 5 is unfair in the normal sense, but holy hell. Alright, well basically our only option now is to just lose the game, right? They're too far ahead. They have a 7/7 lifelinker. I think it's more of a yikes. It's more of a yikes in that situation, so I think we might actually call this stream for the morning. It's been a very slow morning. We sort of just went back and forth in Gold Tier 1, haven't really made too much progress, and we've seen that Mono White Life Gain is absolutely dominating in Historic. It's just so oppressive. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for coming out and supporting the stream. I hope you all enjoyed. I've been enjoying this, getting up every morning and streaming super early. And I know that sounds a little bit sarcastic, but honestly, it's been fun. So, again, hope you all enjoyed. And I'm going to play us out with an ad and then end the stream there. So, everybody have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon, whatever time it may be, wherever you are. Have a good one. So, peace.